Now, the US Federal Aviation Administration is launching a formal investigation into the Boeing 737 MAX 9 aircraft. That's after a near-catastrophic incident on an Alaska Airlines flight in midair last week. A cabin panel blew out, leaving a hole in the plane's body. The incident forced an emergency landing and led to the grounding of 171 Boeing jets fitted with the same panel. Both Alaska and United Airlines have since said they found loose parts on multiple grounded aircraft, raising fresh concerns. The two carriers have cancelled numerous flights. Our correspondent Janelle Dumalaon in Washington, D.C. is following the story for us. It's good to see you, Janelle. I wanted to start by asking you, what does this investigation mean for Boeing?
Well, essentially, investigators are looking for answers to questions that could further damage trust in Boeing. So there's the investigation that's been launched by the National Transportation Safety Board that is aimed at getting to the bottom of the accident, what caused it. Specifically, they're looking at whether the bolts that were designed to keep that panel in place were incorrectly installed or perhaps were not even there in the first place. And then you have this investigation by the FAA. The FAA wants to know if Boeing followed the design that the agency had approved for the MAX 9, and if they did not, why not? And embedded within that probe is the larger question of whether there might be broader, more systemic problems with Boeing's quality control processes that would require the regulators to intervene with enforcement directives that could head off future emergencies such as this one, but perhaps even emergencies with more severe outcomes than what we saw.
So multiple investigations going on and one even questioning overall safety protocol at Boeing. What kind of an impact can such increased scrutiny have for the airline manufacturer?
Well, we know that Boeing has suffered its fair share of reputational damage, recalling, of course, the crashes of 2018 and 2019. Those killed more than 300 people. The planes that were involved, the model that was involved, was grounded for 2 years. And in fact, the current CEO of Boeing, Dave Calhoun, was brought on to rehabilitate Boeing's image in 2020. Now, he wants to show Boeing as a plane maker of technical prowess and not follow the reputation that Boeing had acquired as a plane maker that was simply rushing planes down the assembly line without rigorous control of especially supplier-delivered parts. But now this incident has happened. The NTSB investigation alone is expected to take up to 18 months. Regulators around the world have grounded the plane using this same door plug, and that only means that Calhoun's job has gotten that much harder. For his part, however, he's promised that Boeing is going to show complete cooperation and transparency with the regulators, although it is expected that there is going to be an outcome to this investigation that would force some major changes on Boeing's part.
A lot to find out for airline passenger safety. Thank you so much for giving us those details. DW's Janelle Dumalaon in Washington, D.C.